For those of you who are inside, I have a few DVD selections to show you. I actually grabbed quite a few. Hold on, and I will show you. Okay, if you are a fan of The Great Race, it's on Blu-ray now. It's very reasonable, and it's a very, very funny film. Jack Lemmon and Peter Falk are a very funny comedy team in this. Very, very funny. And Natalie Wood. She's a paternity tootsie. That's my Charles Nelson Riley. It's a mad, 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 mad world. The other epic comedy from those days. I want to recommend this one because not only does it have Blu-ray and DVD, but the commentary track on this is like a master class in this film. Everything you need to know. Sometimes I just put it on to listen to because it's so fascinating. My buddy Mike Schlesinger is on this with two of his buddies. I can't think of their names right now. But anyway, here it is. Great, great fun. Okay. Very often, a sequel is better than the original. Now, this is a wonderful movie. This is The Paleface with Bob Hope and Jane Russell. And it's really a sweet, sweet, funny film. I really love it. And it's in color, everybody. But Son of Paleface is on DVD. And I think Michael Schlesinger does the commentary on... No, he doesn't. I don't think he does it on this. But anyway, Son of Paleface is even funnier than Paleface. Now, Frank Tashlin, the great writer, director, animator, animation director, wrote gags for Paleface, the original. And then when they made Son of Paleface, he actually wrote the script, the entire script, and directed. So it's a Tashlin meets Hope, and it's one of the funniest movies of the 1950s. Okay, this is one I ordered recently. It's a very guilty pleasure, but I love it. It's Abbott and Costello meet Captain Kidd. Now, why is this one so special? Do you see him there? Charles Laughton plays Captain Kidd. And Charles Laughton always wanted to work with Abbott and Costello. In fact, he said in an interview once, when he was depressed, because he was known to suffer from depression, and let's say he was out of town touring, he would try to find the closest Abbott and Costello movie playing, and they would cheer him right up. So he couldn't wait to learn how to do double takes and falls from Lou. And you see him having the time of his life. He's my favorite actor of all time, and here he is doing low comedy with Bud and Lou. Abbott and Costello meet Captain Kidd. All right. Now, this is a rare one. This is from the BBC. When I saw the movie recently, Stan and Ollie, I was disappointed in it. It was very false. It was like a fairy tale. It had things going for it, no doubt, honestly. But I thought the BBC made even better movies than that one, and they were made for television. One of those movies, if you're a Peter Cook and Dudley Moore fan, this is called Not Only, But Always. And it's the story of Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. You can get it on Amazon.com. Yeah, this is DVD. It's not even PAL. But it's the true story of Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, and it is just, I can't even tell you. The people they cast, you'll forget you're watching, actors. That's how good they are. So I recommend this so highly. Here's one that's going to make all the real classic comedy fans angry. Hollywood Party, get up, get out, get in it. Hollywood Party, nobody sleeps tonight. Everybody hates this movie, and I love it. So much so I bought it. Laurel and Hardy, Jimmy Durante, The Three Stooges, Ted Healy, Jack Pearl. What's her name? Polly Moran. It's just so... Oh, Charlie Butterworth. It is so much fun. Anyway, Hollywood Party. I got to watch this once. Eddie Quillen is the male ingenue in this. And I got to watch this movie with him once at the Vagabond Movie Theater. And he was fascinating. He was a great guy. Okay. Here's another one of my favorites. Alibaba Goes to Town. Now that we're in a really outlandishly corrupt government situation, this movie is all about that. And it's about the Depression, and it's about, money problems, and it's very prescient. It's very modern, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a song in this movie called Swing is Here to Sway, and it is just, it'll knock you off your feet. It's fantastic. featuring the Peters sisters, who nobody's ever heard of, but they're fantastic. Okay, Alibaba Goes to Town with Eddie Cantor. All right. Here's another one. I watched this last night. In fact, I rewatched it. I'm reading a new book about Preston Sturges. It's about his later years. It was published in England last year, and it just came out here. I have it on Kindle, so I can't show it to you. But it's wonderful. It's Preston Sturges. And Tom Sturges, his son, was involved in the writing, and it's all about his final years. But right now, they're going through his movies, and I was moved to watch this last night. Miracle of Morgan's Creek with Eddie Bracken, Betty Hutton, and William Demarest. Just top-notch. Absolutely top-notch. Preston Sturges. You can't go wrong. See anything by Preston Sturges. Good, bad, anything. Here's a wonderful 9-film collection that I bought for like $12. Mae West. And we're talking like Night After Night, She Done Him Wrong, I'm No Angel, Belle of the 90s, Going to Town, Klondike Annie, Go West Young Man, Every Day's a Holiday, and My Little Chickadee. And yeah, and a cartoon bonus, She Done Him Right. 9 great films, so much fun. Mae West, and they're all good, they all look great. You should look for this on Amazon. 9 movies, it's like $12, I think. But check this out, boy, it's so good. Here's another one. If you're a Biffle and Schuster fan. All right, where am I? Okay, so I'm going to show you some books now. I want to show you this book. I don't know if you have this. My buddy Bob Bader. My buddy Bob Bader. That's a good one. Bob Bader. My buddy Bob Bader. That's my Bing Crosby. All right, he wrote a book. It's very thick. It's called 4 of the 3 Musketeers, and it is the story of the Marx Brothers on stage, just their stage careers, and it is eye-opening. It made me look at them in a whole new light, especially Chico. My God, I mean, getting shot and stuff like. I mean, I can't say enough about this. It'll take you a long time, but you have time now, so. This is fantastic. And by the way, if you have time, check out my online course if you haven't done it. It's really a lot of fun. It's called For the Love of Laughter, okay? And it's on Kajabi. And if you put it in, if you put my name and For the Love of Laughter in your search engine, it'll come up. You'll see the intro video and, you know, whatever. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. I wanted to show you something interesting. This is a plastic version of a statue that's in Disneyland. Now look, it's Walt Disney pointing, holding Mickey Mouse's hand and pointing, you know, into the future, right? But if you stand at a certain angle in Disneyland, and I've taken pictures of this, and you turn it this way, look at Mickey's nose. See it? See that? Whoa. Hey, you excited, Walt? Whoa. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's my Walt Disney thing. Here's another book that I love. First of all, I'm writing a book about Abbott and Costello. It's called The Annotated Abbott and Costello with my buddy Matthew Coniam, who has written, I have his books on Kindle, so I can't show them to you. Whatchamacallit, a book about Groucho's solo work. What's it called again? The One and Only Groucho or something like that. Sorry, Matthew. And the other one is The Annotated Marx Brothers. Just fantastic stuff. And he's written other books as well. You could look him up. Matthew Coniam. And my buddy Noah Diamond from the Marx Brother Council has a book called Gimme a Thrill. It's the story of the Marx Brothers' first Broadway show, I'll Say She Is. And also about Noah's remounting of the show off Broadway. I believe it was 2016 or 17. I forget. But anyway, Noah, I'll Say She Is. Great book. A lot of fun. All right. Now, here's a book that I recommend to every comedy fan, every classic comedy fan. If you don't have this one, you're not in the club. It's Walter Kerr's The Silent Clowns. It is just the most amazing book about silent comedy you will ever read, and actually the only one you really have to have, for sure. other than Steve Massa's books and all of Paul Garucki's stuff. It's all good. All right. Oh, I just put my foot in my mouth. Okay, so this one, Silent Clowns. Probably a lot of you know about this one. It's legendary. Now here, a buddy of mine is watching, Jamie Brotherton, and with Ted Okuda, a buddy of mine in Chicago, and a fan of Wheeler and Woolsey, and my dear friend Dorothy Lee. Here is Dorothy Lee, The Life and Films of the Wheeler and Woolsey Girl. Now this is all about Dorothy Lee, and it's really, really good. And Dorothy is quoted all the way through it because Jamie was a dear friend of Dorothy's. And they spoke, and she interviewed her several times. I even interviewed her. In fact, Dorothy and I were quite close. Look who wrote the, can you see who wrote the introduction? Some guy named Nick Santamaria. Anyway, this is a wonderful book. I can't recommend it enough, okay? You can get it on Amazon easily, or McFarlane Publishing, who's my publishing company as well. Okay, that's Dorothy Lee. Now, recently I was sent 2 books by my buddies, by the Davises. I don't want to say, I just want to say Mr. and Mrs. Davis. And this is, one of them is a little older. This is Stooges Among Us. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? Lon and Deborah Davis wrote these books. This one is called Stooges Among Us. It's a collection of stories by film buffs who actually had dealings with the Stooges in person. And it's very revealing, and it's very fun, and you get to hear them, like, you know, unexpurgated. Is that how you say it? And this is the other one. This one is brand new, and I haven't cracked into it yet, but I can't wait. It's called Chase, a tribute to the Keystone Cops. And look at this. It's just beautiful. It's Bear Manor Media. So is the other one. And Ben did a great job, Ben Omar. And this is for sale now, I believe. You can pick this up. It's called Chase. It's all about Keystone and the guys who made up the Keystone Cops. And biographies and all that stuff. It's just fantastic. You got to have it. Okay. So, my final one, or actually I have 2 more. This was sent to me by Ben Omart from Bear Manor. He wanted me to go through it and say some nice things about it, and I can, thankfully. This is Barbara Payton, A Life in Pictures. Look at that gorgeous girl. By John O'Dowd. John O'Dowd, it's fine. This is, I liken it to Randy Skredvet's Laurel and Hardy book, which I can't lift. This one is even heavier. Look at this. It is every portion of this woman's life, which did not end well, by the way. It's a very sad story, but it's very fascinating. The whole lead up to it, and her whole relationship with Francho Tone and what's his name? What's the guy from Detour? Tom Neal. Yeah, and they got into a big fight. It made all the newspapers, and oh boy, it's pretty juicy. This is a juicy book, a beautiful coffee table book. So if you don't have this book, buy a coffee table first, and then buy the book. Or to tell you the truth, you could use the book as a coffee table. You know, not like Seinfeld, but I mean, it's actually that big. This is the picture on the back. Doesn't she look beautiful? That's Barbara Payton. What's your favorite Barbara Payton movie? Mine is, what is it? Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye with James Cagney. She's really terrific in it, too. Okay, and I think, and the final thing is, my buddy put together a collection of William Powell movie magazine articles, all beautifully reprinted. How about that? Nice? And oh my goodness, who does the introduction but Nick Santamaria? Oh my gosh! Anyway, this is for sale also, if you want to take a look at that. But I get nothing from this, by the way. Only joy. Only nachas is what I get. I kvel with all my friends here, all my wonderful friends. Okay, and look at this. My friend Stan Taffel gave me this a few years ago, and I've kept it. And look, it's a cell from an Abbott and Costello cartoon. It's actually a character cell. Looks like Lou is falling. Hey, Abbott! Ugh, that made me sick. But anyway, that's kind of nice, huh?